Hi guys, and welcome back to The Pushed Envelope. I'm Alex, and today's vlog is about my New York story. So I am going to be putting a lot of focus on making this vlog about being a transplant in New York, being an actor and moving to New York to follow that dream, being a young person, moving to New York, and all of the things that I've experienced so far after being here for just over 2 years. So I moved here from sunny South Florida in 2013, but my history with New York goes back to my 21st birthday in 2011. I came to New York. I bought myself a trip to New York and got a little boutique hotel room in Midtown and bought my flight and stayed a few days and was introduced to New York, and I absolutely loved it. I knew when I was in college for a while that I didn't want to stay in Florida after I graduated, and I wanted to take my career elsewhere. Even when I was in accounting, my dream was to, get with a really big company, specifically one of the big four in accounting, and probably move to a bigger city and live life there and have something a little bit more fun and fast-paced for me. So I came here in 2011, visited. I had a friend move here, 2 friends from college move here before I did, and I came and visited them in 2012, and I knew then that this is where I wanted to be. I didn't know exactly how I was going to get here, and I was in my last year of college, and right when I graduated in 2013, I was completely prepared. Not completely prepared, but mentally I was prepared to get up and go to New York at whatever cost. I want to say like 6 months before I got here, I quit 2 jobs to focus on graduating and being able to take a full-time schedule and take a class that I think was only scheduled for one part of the year. College is weird that way, where some courses are only offered in the summer and some courses are only offered in the fall, and that teacher only teaches that course once a year. And I have one of those situations with one of my last courses, and I was like, you know what, I need to leave these jobs and be able to go to school full-time and focus. And I went to school without a job for like 2 or so months, and then I worked at a place for a little bit, and right after I graduated, I gave myself 3 months to get out of South Florida and to move to New York. So I looked for a place, and I kept my job, and I went on like an impromptu interview at the last minute, but I was actually moving to New York without a job because I had a friend who had a really good turnout with a temp agency, and my resume was pretty good. So for a person that's graduating college and wanted to make the amount of money I wanted to make. So I was just getting ready. I found a place on New York City Habitat, which is like a contract service where you can rent out a room or you can rent out an apartment, and for different stays where it's not like signing a lease or anything of that sort, you can get out in a shorter period of time. So I did that, and I kind of told my mom and my family, like, hey, I'm moving out. I'm going to New York for real, and she was just like, well, how are you going to do that? And where are you going to work? And are you sure you can get a job? And okay. I mean, my mom is super supportive in that way. And I got up and I came to New York. And I think I was without a job here for probably only, I think it was 13 days. So not even a full 2 weeks. So yeah, I was here. I got work. I worked in an office job for about 10 months. And then I quit because all of my actor friends told me that serving was best for actors. So I got a serving job, and I got fired from it very shortly thereafter because I had never done it before in my life. And I can do pretty much, I'm confident that I can do most jobs. I just need training. You could do anything once someone teaches you how to do it. So I finally got a job in serving, got fired from it, came back. I went home and cried. Like, I cried on the way out. I didn't cry at home. I cried on the way out of the place because I'd never been fired before. And I went home and I took a personal day the next day, and then I think I got fired that Monday. I was off that Tuesday, and then that Wednesday I went and got a job, and I've had that job ever since. So yeah, keep your head up. I still work at the same restaurant I worked at for a year ago. This is my 2nd year here. I've been here 2 years and change. Still at the same restaurant. I stopped going to the class I was in, but I went to Tom Todoroff's studio when I got here because my acting teacher in Florida recommended that I see Tom when I get here, and I loved it. It created a really good community of actors around me. Also, volunteering as an usher at a small playhouse was great when I got to New York City. I had friends from college here, so that was a great help. And I struggled and I hustled, and I still struggle and hustle to this day, but New York is one of those places where only the people that are supposed to be here are going to be here. So if you're not made to be here, you'll be one of the millions of people that move into New York City and move out of New York City every single year. But there's a way, and New York City is a very unconventional place compared to where most people come from, because it's exorbitantly priced, and you know, the cost of living is very expensive. Payroll taxes are very expensive, but the amount of work and amount of money there is in New York is like incomparable to anywhere else that I've ever been. But yeah, I'm not going anywhere. So yeah, I moved here kind of not on a whim. I knew I wanted to be here, but I wasn't completely prepared. I could have been better prepared. I'm still here, and I'm not on the way to going home. I'm in a much better position, but it took a lot of hard work and a lot of having a good crowd of friends around me. I met some friends that are my real life friends now that were part of a fandom online for Scandal when I was doing Scandal recaps, and really into being involved on Twitter and Tumblr and Instagram and wherever else the Scandal fandom was. And I met 3 girls here that became really close friends of mine, and we still hang out to this day. And of course I have my college friends here, and yeah, having a good crowd of people around me has been really helpful, even though I don't have very much family here. I have a cousin that lives in Harlem that I never see, because if you live deep in Brooklyn and someone else lives in Harlem, you probably see each other a few times a year. It's just like being in another state sometimes when you're trying to get through the trains. So yeah, that is like my story in a nutshell. I didn't want to make this too long of a story, because I'll get into more details with what went on and exactly what I do and how my work goes, and what it means to be a transplant in New York, and some of the things that you're exposed to. And I don't want to make this too long, because I can talk a lot. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, please put them in the comments below. I'll put as much information as I can about the service I used to find my apartment, and info I used to learn how to serve when I had to fake it to make it to get a serving job, the YouTube videos I watched, and anything else you want to know, just please let me know. Send me questions. Please click the like button and subscribe if you like what you see. Thanks so much, guys. See you next time.